Okay, so social media detoxing. Basically, what social media detoxing is exactly what it sounds like. You're detoxing from social media. All detoxing is you're basically removing certain things from your life. You're getting rid of something. You're getting rid of something. Eliminating it. And since social media is what I'm talking about, basically, apps like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever, TikTok, whatever it is. These are apps that people use to like communicate with each other. It has entertainment on there. It has a bunch of different things on there, like information, educational content. It has a bunch of different things on there. The main thing that people use it for, though, it's versatile, but the main thing that people use it for is pleasure, like a distraction. People use it for entertainment purposes. It's usually not used for business purposes. And I personally would say, like, the most productive way as far as like how to use social media is to use it for like business purposes. Even though like some people use it to like communicate with their friends and everything, it's like a lot of times it's still going to end up being like a distraction if you do not have some type of like plan in place or some type of routine or rule in place as far as like what social media app is going to be used for. And that's part of the reason why there's so many people that feel depressed. They feel anxious, like they have a lot of anxiety in their bodies. They feel like their time is being wasted. They feel all of these different emotions. And there's a truck going past, so I'm gonna wait for it to finish go past. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of like people that are depressed. There's a lot of people that feel like they're not where they want to be in life. There's a lot of people that feel like they're lost, that feel like they're not doing anything in life. And it's because, well, like if you're scrolling on social media for 3 hours in a day, 5 hours in a day, 2 hours in a day, you're not doing anything with your life but wasting it on entertainment. It's like entertainment and pleasure, all of these things, they're not necessarily a negative thing at all, but it's like when that's all that you're doing in your life is pleasure and not anything else, it's like, yo, there's a spider. Anyways, when you're only using social media or only like having pleasure in your life and entertainment, and you're not using your time in a very like productive manner, that's how your life is going to be. And it's like a way to change that is by eliminating distractions. For example, say if you're a person that likes to bowl, bowling is something physical. It's not necessarily, it's obviously not that's hilarious, I just started like that. It's obviously not social media, but it all kind of like ties into each other as far as like what you do with your time. I guess I'll stick to more of the social media aspect of it. It's like you can learn things from social media. You can educate yourself from different things on social media, but that's not where I would necessarily get all my education from. That's what these are for. You read and that educates yourself. Experience is another way to also gain certain types of knowledge and information, communicating with certain people that have already made it to a certain level of like consciousness, have already done a lot of studying. That's another way that you can learn things. That's part of the reason why certain people go to certain like classes, not necessarily school and college, even though there are things that you can learn in that aspect as well. But getting all your information just from social media, it's just all over the place, and I feel like it's just a big waste of time. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that will agree with that. Like TikTok blowing up the way that it did, and it's like the whole setup of TikTok, it's like you're just scrolling, like here's a scary video, oh my gosh, here's a funny video, oh my gosh, here's a video of a dog, oh my gosh, here's a cute baby. It's like all different types of forms of like categories of information, and that's what catches your attention because it's so different, and you get your brain used to that, where these short form videos hooked you like that because they're so entertaining, they're so different, they're so interesting. And next thing you know, 5 hours done passed, and it's like there's different things that maybe you wanted to do within your life. And say that you're not even a person that's like interested in like content creation, social media is still a problem like for a lot of people. And deleting the apps, that's what I did. Like, just one piece of advice is like to just delete all the apps. Like, delete every single app out of your phone, cold turkey. That's what I did. I don't have TikTok, I don't have Snapchat, I don't have Twitter, I don't have Facebook, I don't have any of that. The only apps that I have is YouTube and Instagram. The only reason why I have YouTube is because I create content. Instagram is my art page, you know. And eventually, the other thing is like, if you're not using the app for business purposes, and I know that there's some people that's going to be like, okay, this is like how I talk to my friends, how am I going to talk to my friends? At the end of the day, it's like, if you are a person that wants to make a certain type of change in your life, if social media is a problem for you, if you know that you do not have the discipline to have that app within your reach, like accessible to you, then that's your answer right there. It's either you're gonna keep the app just so that you can talk to your friends, or you're gonna figure out a different way in order for you to communicate with your friends. There's plenty of different types of apps that are not social media that are used for communication, and your phone is one of them. And say if your phone isn't on or something, then again, like, you can use Wi-Fi. They have apps for like different types of like communication. You can even email if it's really that serious. But at the end of the day, if you're a person that's wanting to make that type of change in your life, then you're going to make the necessary changes to do that. You're either going to take action and act, or you're going to just continue to make excuses. It's one or the other. And the thing is like, you know within yourself if you are just making an excuse, because you understand like how addicted you are to being able to scroll like that, because it's something pleasurable. It's something that your brain likes. It makes you feel good. It gives you that good energy. It puts you in I don't want to say high spirits, but it's like it gives you like the positive chemicals. So it's like, of course, that's something that's going to be addicting, kind of like similar to like food. Like when people eat certain types of food with a lot of sugar in it, it's like it releases a certain type of chemical and it makes somebody feel good. So that's why they're going to continue to do it. It's because of the way that it makes you feel. But at the same time, if you're weighing the pros and cons as far as what it actually does with this quick feel good instant gratification type of dopamine chemical versus like the after effects of you not knowing how to focus, you not being able to be productive in your life, you wasting that amount of hours, you never getting certain things done, and not even having the motivation or being able to have the concentration to be able to commit to certain types of things because you are used to the instant gratification and that cheap dopamine. You know, it's like social media, the negative aspects is obviously detrimental, you know, to a person that's using it for that. And if you're watching this video, then you have that understanding. You're the type of person that's looking for a different way to do it. It's like, I know that you've probably seen many videos like this and we're all saying the same thing, and it's because it's the truth. You are either going to just delete the apps, and say if you do not necessarily have the discipline to delete it cold turkey, one way that you can start off with is you can set a timer. You can give yourself 30 minutes for that day, and each day that passes, you can cut it down 10 minutes. So 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes in that sense, you know, until obviously there's no more minutes left, and then you delete the app completely. And you can start off with the apps that you don't necessarily use that often, and go up from the apps you don't use that often to the apps that you use the most, to try to gradually make that change for yourself if that would be easier. Another way that you can do it is by just deleting the apps that you know that you don't use. It's kind of something similar, but instead of using the timer like the first example that I gave, this one is not a timer. It's mainly just, okay, I don't use Twitter, so I'm just going to delete Twitter. Then this amount of time passes, okay, and now I'm going to delete Facebook because I don't use Facebook. And then this amount of time passes, okay, now I'm going to delete Instagram because this is the one that I don't use as well. And then like you just keep going until you don't have any of those apps on your phone. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, excuse me. And again, this is like a gradual process. There are some people that will be capable of feeling like this is such a serious thing, and knowing how important that they view their life, how important that they view whatever it is that they're wanting to do in life, how important that they view their time, how important they view themselves, and how valuable they consider their time and how they want to use that. You're the type of person that's going to be able to just cut it off cold turkey. And it's okay if you're not that type of person and cut it off cold turkey, because everybody is different. Everybody's at different stages, you know. And that's why I'm giving these examples as different ways that you can try to eliminate the amount of time that you're actually like giving away to that. And then there's some people that are already implementing that, where they're only allowing themselves, kind of like, you ever know, like when you were a kid and your mom's like, only 1 hour of TV today on Friday, you know, and that's an example. It's a similar thing. And this isn't anything that's like, oh, I'm not a child. Like, no, like, it's social media. It's something that is using up your time. It's something that is wasting your time. It's something that's giving you this dopamine chemical release, and that's what's having you be so addicted to it, and what's bringing you back to it all the time. Whenever you get bored and you don't have anything else to do, because you don't have any like routines in place to where how you are using your time in a productive and in a effective way, that's why your time is just so easily given away to social media. And again, that addictive chemical, because it makes you feel good, and things that make you feel good, obviously that's what you want to feel good. It's a similar thing to, I don't know if I've already said this, but it's a similar thing to like when people have certain types of foods that they like sugar, you know what I mean, is a thing. Why do you think, even think about like little kids be seeming like they're addicted to eating candy? It's like, it's not good for them, but it makes them feel good and they like how it tastes, so obviously they want to keep getting to it. And it's like, even like in adult age, like with junk food, it's something that can be very addictive, because it makes you feel good whenever you eat it, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it tastes good. There's a lot of different aspects to it that contribute towards it being like an addictive thing, and social media is a similar thing to that. There's plenty of different things that people are addicted to. Like, I'm actually not going to go into that right now, but because that's a little like X-rated R, whatever. But if you know what I'm talking about, that also is another thing. It all has a lot of the similarities as far as like what about like why it is so addicting for people to do that. Another thing, what else can I say? Hold on.